Hi guys. So first off, I want you to have out your math notebook and I'm going to have you copy down this expression into your notebook. Go ahead and pause the video for you to write that down in your notebook now. And we're going to do this one together. You're going to watch me as I do it, but you're going to have it in your notebook and kind of do it along with me. So go ahead and pause the video so you can write down the expression in your notebook. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with this one. So first off, I see that I have several grouping symbols. I see some exponents in there, and I see some multiplication, some subtraction. So almost all of our GEM steps. I'm going to start off first with looking at our grouping symbols, specifically the parentheses. So I start off by having 15 minus 9. Now, when I do my subtraction of 15 minus 9, that is going to give me 6. And I want you to go ahead and write that down on your notebook paper. 15 minus 9 is in the parentheses, and you solved that, and you got 6. Now remember, you're going to bring down everything that you did not use. So right now you're going to be bringing down the brackets around it. You're going to bring down the exponent, the subtraction, the other parentheses, and everything included in that as well. Okay, I'm going to show you mine in a second once I've brought everything down so you can see what yours should look like as well. So within my new equation, which is on this second row here, now I can still see that I have parentheses that I'm going to have to solve. So I'm going to go ahead and do this section first. And within that parentheses, I can also see I have an exponent. So I'm going to need to have to solve that exponent part first before I can do any of the other steps within the parentheses. So when I do the exponent of 5 squared, I'm going to get 25. And I'm going to write that again right underneath that 5 squared. So I'm making sure that I'm keeping things in order. And then I'm going to bring down the minus 3. I'm also going to bring down the times 7. I'm going to bring down all the parentheses because I still haven't solved everything in my parentheses for that section yet. Bring down brackets, braces, and everything else I have not used. And again, I'm going to show you what that's going to look like on my third line. So I just solved my exponent of 5 squared, and I got 25 because 5 times 5 is 25. Now I still have these problems in the parentheses, but GEMS tells me I need to do grouping symbols. Okay, I have parentheses. I already solved the exponent, but now I'm on to the multiplication and division step. So even though it looks like I should be going from left to right, I have to do 3 times 7 first because GEMS tells me I need to do multiplication first. So I'm going to solve this 3 times 7 right now. And I know that is equal to 21. Again, every single time, guys, you need to bring down everything you did not use. And so now it looks like this line right here. I still need to solve what's in my parentheses. I just did the 3 times 7. So now I'm going to do 25 minus 21. I'm still just in the parentheses now. I haven't solved anything else over here yet. You can see that it's still staying the same. So I'm going to do 25 minus 21, which is going to give me 4. Now I've solved those parentheses, so I no longer need them, but I am again going to bring down everything else that I have not used yet. Okay. So now I see another grouping symbol and I have my brackets and I know that goes next. And within my brackets, I have an exponent. So I'm going to go ahead and do 6 to the power of 2, which is 6 times 6, and I know that equals 36. I solved the exponent that was in the bracket and got 36. Now I need to do 36 minus 4. When I do 36 minus 4, I get 32. And now I'm going to bring down my braces and everything inside of them as well. And that is going to bring me to this current line. And now I know I need to do 76 minus 32. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I need to solve everything in my braces first. When I do 76 minus 32, I'm going to then be left with 44. And then my last step, once I've solved what was in my braces, I'm now going to be multiplying by 2 to get a final answer of 88. Okay, go ahead and pause the video, and then we are going to go on to the we do. I would suggest maybe going on to a new piece of paper so you can follow along for that as well. Okay, now we're going to do the we do. Now for this one, I want you to kind of try to see if you can follow these steps and do them ahead of time, even before I get to them, to see if you can do it on your own. Once again, we're just going to start off by writing down the equation, the expression, because this does not have an equal sign, the expression on our piece of paper. Make sure you're copying down the numbers correctly and also the symbols as well. Okay, so I went ahead and copied down the expression onto my piece of paper. Sorry, you can kind of see the background on that one, on the previous problem. But I copied down the new expression on my piece of paper. And I want you to kind of think about, again, I'm going to go a little bit slower this time so you can see if you can solve it on your own. What do I need to do first? I'm going to go ahead and solve what I need to do first. And while I'm solving that, I want you to try to see if you can solve it as well. So go ahead and do it along with me. And then we'll see if we get the same part solved at the same time. Okay, what did you solve first? You should have solved inside of your parentheses, and you should have done the step of doing 11 plus 9 first. When you did 11 plus 9, you would have gotten 20, and then again bringing everything that you did not use straight down. So that's going to include everything in the parentheses, the grouping symbols, and then everything off to the side that you have not used yet. Okay, what do you think is the next step? I can tell by looking at it that I still have what to solve? My parentheses, exactly. So I need to solve everything in my parentheses first. So go ahead and do that. I want you to actually see if you can get through the entire grouping symbols, and then we're going to check back with each other in a second to see if we got it correct together. So go ahead and pause the video, and then I want you to go ahead and solve just the grouping symbols and all the steps within them. Okay, when you solved everything within the grouping symbols, you should have been left with 11. Okay, double check to make sure that you've gotten down to 11. If not, I want you to pause and go back and see which mistakes you might have made. Okay, now you can see from that last line we have exponents, we have some addition, and we have some subtraction going on, but I need to do my exponents first. So I'm going to start with 4 squared and 3 squared. I'm going to do those both at the same time since I know they're both exponents, and go ahead and get those both out the way. I know 4 squared is 16 and 3 squared is 9. So I'm going to go ahead and write those down. Okay, this is where we're really using our skill for today. You see now we have 16 plus 9 minus 11. I need to go from left to right always when I'm doing either multiplication or division, but in this case, addition and subtraction. So I need to do 16 plus 9 first, and then that answer, I'm going to take away 11. So go ahead and do 16 plus 9 first. And that's going to give you 25. 25 minus 11 is what you should be left with. And then 25 minus 11 is going to give you a final answer of 14. Okay, you guys are about to try some on your own. Good luck.